Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Four Pillar series. Today is episode 5. We're going to be going over wall play. Um, let's hop right into it. So, first few things that I want to immediately discuss and go over is twofold. One is your momentum, and the other one is inertia. And the best way I can describe this and show this is when you're full speed, supersonic, and you go to cut. Notice I'm not supersonic, supersonic, not supersonic, supersonic. I'm losing a lot of momentum by changing my momentum in different directions. I will never hit supersonic boosting and drifting. It's just not possible. Sorry if that was nauseating. But anyway, the point is you're gonna lose momentum, meaning boosting through uh, can or won't help you depending on the scenario. Um, which brings us into the start of wall play, which is anywhere that there is a slope. So this entire bit, or even on the walls, these are technically slopes. They're a lot more minor than these slopes, but they still affect your momentum and inertia. You will have inertia points on the wall here. Notice that I won't pop off the wall at all. Same thing on these points down here if you jump at the wrong time. The reason that this is like super important is because there were going to be quite a lot of times, um, especially air dribbles starting out, where you will definitely mess this up. Um, and you'll just stay glued to the wall rather than jumping off the wall and throwing the ball. So here's the key principle. One, don't jump here, jump here. So this line right here is a no jump zone, we'll call it. You want to do your best to get either past this line on the wall, this red line on this particular map. You want to do your best to get past it before you jump, or maybe slightly under it. So I'll still come off the wall there. That's obviously not with momentum, but you will come off the wall um, with your car being slightly below that line. But like I said, best case scenario, you want to be past the line. Um, we will go into some more stuff here in a sec on actually setting up air dribbles and whatnot. But like I said, want to cover the basics. Um, this also happens on these ceiling slopes right here, but it's less important to know because you obviously can just go to the ceiling and then fall off. But if you want to have like some momentum and still have that same effect, you can do that. That's a very like small difference that probably won't benefit a ton of people, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. Um, and yeah, just to practice this, getting used to your camera flipping upside down and whatnot. Literally just driving back and forth. Use air roll to correct your car. Um, and you're just gonna do this for a little bit until you can get really, really used to it. Eventually, you'll start doing some flips, turning your car around, getting used to that. Maybe jumping the ceiling. You can either do the basic single jump and just tilt your car back type thing. Or you could do fast aerials, which I'll go over briefly in this, but aren't super important to learn, presumably at this stage where this video is trying to cover. But fast aerialing is your double jump plus you're tilting your car back and there's a slight variation between just a standard double jump and a fast aerial, which is simply a normal is you doing the double jump and then tilting your car back, versus a fast aerial is tilting your car back as you're doing the double jump. So I'm already holding S during that first jump, and then I'm kind of letting go and doing my second air jump. And you can do this off of ceiling. This is important to know for recovery's sake. You won't probably need to, do it for a long time, but knowing the possibility of its existence is super important. You get used to your air rolls some more. Well, you covered some ways to practice your car control and all the things in the previous episode. Next, I want to go into like actual what is this pillar, because it's both an offense and defense thing, wall play in general, that is. But this particular episode, um, definitely want to highlight the defensive aspect. So you don't need Bacchus mod anymore. It's in free play for everybody, thankfully now. For me on keyboard, it is 3 to pass the ball, right? And the further away you are from it, and more momentum that you have, the further it'll launch, yada yada. It's good to know, because if you want to play your backboard, right? So let's say I'm going on the backboard, I hit the button, okay? I've just set up something that's going to be slightly random. It's going to be at you for the most part, but this will get you kind of used to having to reorient your car off of the wall, which brings me into my next point, which is realistically like the final thing that you need to know about wall play itself, which is simply just using air roll off of your jump. So practicing this without the ball, knowing when you can jump, which is why it was important to cover the momentum inertia stuff below, and then what direction you need to air roll. On keyboard and mouse, I can do both. On controller, I believe typically y'all have just a single direction. I think air roll left is the more favored. But when you are on the left wall, right, you're going to jump and then you're going to air roll left to get your car to face out and away from the wall. If you are on the right wall, are you going up the right side? You're going to do right. So basically you're using the same side air roll to face out. Now, let's say, for example, you don't have both. Then typically you're going to have to do a full spin, which is a little annoying. Kind of like, you're going to have to actually like 180 the whole car, basically. It's a little sucky, but it is what it is. Do whatever works for you. It'll take some time, and you'll get more and more used to it. Super simple. That's all I've got for just like as far as training and free play. I have, that's the wrong button. I have a custom training pack that I like to use, and this is kind of like a two-parter between last episode and this episode, which is starting air dribbles, because last episode we covered dribbles and getting used to your car orienting a certain way with the camera, spinning around, yada yada yada. The air dribbles wall and ground, once again I'll put the code in the description, is pretty much, I would say, the most used, most practiced pack that I have ever used in this entire time that I played this game, which is roughly 2,800 hours. I use this all the time from bronze to diamond. Like, I still use it every now and then on occasion, but I'm at a point in the game where mostly I do free play stuff. But um, this will help you practice your dribbling, getting your catches down, figuring out momentum with the ball while dribbling. So you have to go a little bit further. You have to boost a little bit more, maybe, if you get a bad catch. It's good practice. Um, and yeah, so this leads us into air dribbles itself. And this is the first air dribble I ever practiced before I got to a point where I got really comfortable with them and I could just do them myself. But it teaches you the setup, it teaches you how to jump, when to jump, it teaches you multiple variations. The rest of these shots do. And it teaches you both sides of the field to get used to them. Um, the four shot in this pack, I'm not a huge fan of for beginners. I think this shot does um, the setup better justice and whatnot. Um, but the four shot in this pack is still very valuable to go over. Anyway, you want to go up, you want to jump past that line that we were talking about, air roll out, and then just start boosting towards the ball. If you mess up, just hit reset shot. You go again, right? Do a couple of spins. Though I don't here's something that's difficult about Rocket League is it is the thing that makes Rocket League difficult is breaking bad habits. Try to start without spinning as much as possible. The less is more statement, I will keep clarifying, is everything in this game. If you can get down a basic air dribble and this is all the spinning you do and all the adjustment you do, that's cool. If your air dribbles look like this the entire time that you're doing your air dribbles, you're spinning too much because you will lose momentum, you will lose quality touches to the fact that you are spinning rather than just making the adjustment that you need to get the ball where you want it to be. And obviously, this will come with time, this will come with practice, but this shot right here is how you start out in this game air dribbling. And it's not going to look anything like this, most likely. The odds are is it's probably going to be like this, and you're going to not be able to change the direction, and you're going to fumble, and you're going to mess up off the wall, and you're probably going to go too high every now and then, trying to get it to go the way you want, whatever the case may be. I'm going to quickly go over these, right? It's just the opposite wall. Go to the next one. This one's further out, right? If you've gotten to a point with the third and fourth shot in this pack to where you can consistently just do a standard air dribble into the net, this is your next step, right? Is doing air dribbles full or half field technically, right? And getting it to go the direction you want, having the momentum you want. You can spin the whole time, you don't have to spin the whole time, whatever. Explore, but train with the purpose of, like I said, less is more, and actually getting your basics down, right? And what I just showed there was a ceiling shot. I think I briefly covered this already, but getting your car used to that too is another solid thing to try. 7th and 8th shot is your corner stuff. I don't think that these like corner air dribbles are like super important. You don't use them an absolute ton. Even where I'm at, it rarely comes up. If anything, you're not really like shooting from this position. A lot of time, it's just a pass middle. But go ahead and practice it. try and I guess it will you know, kind of benefit you as far as understanding how the ball is going to bounce off the wall if you do it that way. If you hit it out, being able to follow the ball and get it to go in that way, it'll give you some control, I suppose. Um, yeah, that's the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. If there was any questions that y'all have, let me know. And yeah, hope this helps. Take it easy, guys. Peace.